What is Guru Pournima and why do we celebrate Guru Pournima? How it has been celebrated? Let us discuss this in detail today. My name is Amit More and I am a human behavior specialist and an ancient sutras expert for leaders and parents. So let us discuss this in detail, because when we say Guru Pournima, it's also called as Vyasa Pournima, because this was the day when this was the tithi when Vyasadeva was born actually. This story hails long back, when Parashar Muni, who was a pure devotee of the Lord, was once riding on his boat, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the river, he heard a signal from the Lord. The Sanket was given to him that this is the right time to produce a child. Now, he was all the more surprised. Now, how can that be possible? But at the same time, he saw a lady who was driving the boat actually. He told her that signal which was given to him, because that was the right time. And Lord told him that this time, whichever child will be born will be me only, myself. I will be born as that child. So he was all the more cautioned and also very surprised and overwhelmed. So at that time he told that lady, and she was none other than Matsyagandha. Matsyagandha means the person or the lady who emits the smell of a fish. She was also called as Matsyagandhi. So when Parashar Muni told her, she agreed to the proposal, and then all of a sudden the dark clouds enveloped the whole boat, that area. And by the mercy of Parashar Muni, immediately Matsyagandha got pregnant. You see, usually take 9 months to become pregnant and all, you see. But it's the mercy of Lord, you see, and how the great personalities are born in a very, very special way we can see here. So, because Lord was himself going to come in that at that point of time. So she immediately got pregnant, and immediately Vyasadeva appeared there, immediately. And he didn't appear as a child, he appeared as a big adult actually. So, and that was the mercy of the Lord and Parashar Muni's action which he did at that time. And then he was he told Matsyagandha that from now onwards you will not emit smell of fish, but from you a great fragrance will come always. So she became more fragrant actually. So that was the benediction given to her by Parashar Muni. And here Vyasadeva, who was the literary incarnation of God himself, he was also called as Krishna Dwapayana Vyasa. Why? Because Krishna means his color was blackish, just like Krishna. Dwapayana means he was born in the middle of the river on an island. Vyasa means he actually wrote all the Vedas. See, the Vedas were given by Krishna to Brahma first. It was only one Veda at that time. From Brahma, it was passed on to Narada Muni, his son. And then Narada Muni gave it to his disciple, Vyasadeva. At that time, Vyasadeva thought that, the people of Kali Yuga will have all sorts of different difficulties, but at the same time, they will also have one more prime problem, is the short memory. You see, we ourselves, when we read something, we don't even remember it. After 3 days or 4 days, we forget it. We tend to forget it. So that's what, this Kali Yuga is characterized by short memory. So for that, Vyasadeva thought that let me write it down, let me document it, because before Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, the people were Shrutidhar. Shrutidhar means one who can just remember by just hearing. They don't have to document or how the hard disk, pen drives and all that. They didn't have that time. But now we need all that. We need all the devices to store the data, because we can't store the data out here. So Vyasadeva was so thoughtful and so visionary that he knew the characteristics of Kali Yuga, and he documented literally everything, all the literatures, because he was Vishnu himself. So he wrote that, and he wrote all the Vedas. The Vedas he divided into 4 parts, that is Samaveda, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, and then he wrote Mahabharata. He wrote 108 Upanishad. He wrote Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by Krishna himself to Arjuna. He documented it. And that time he also wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. He wrote Vedanta Sutra. So Srimad Bhagavatam was the finest of his writings which he presented. And then this is actually for the benefit of whole mankind. Down the line, this knowledge was very nicely transferred to the lineage of acharyas and teachers, eminent teachers, who actually, even now we are receiving that knowledge. So we should be very grateful for what knowledge and wisdom we are receiving, because this knowledge is very much useful for our lives. That's like manual of our life. That's why on this day, we should be grateful to all our teachers and gurus. For that sake, every teachers in our life, because these teachers are giving us knowledge. These teachers are making us our character, building our character right from our beginning. They're the mentors, the teachers, everyone we should be very grateful, who are helping us to rise above all the odds and become successful. So we should be grateful for one and every teachers on these days, and in every culture for that sake. Even Jesus gave, who is the Son of the God, who gave the beautiful knowledge, you know, of Christianity, and then Islam and Muhammad gave beautiful knowledge. Then Guru Nanak gave beautiful knowledge. So these people are not ordinary people; they are eminent personalities in the parampara, and we should actually pay our respects and gratitude to them and all teachers on this special day, so that it is told that we cannot repay these teachers even if we take thousands of births, but how we can repay them by just sharing the same knowledge to all others, because they want us to see successful. They just wants to see us successful and happy in our life. So we should actually pay our respects to them and gratitude every single day, not only on these days like Guru Pournima. This is one day when we remember them intensely and celebrate that day. At the same time, we should in fact remember them every single moment, every single day, by actually offering them gratitude in every activity and work we do. So I hope this message will surely help you to offer your gratitudes to your gurus and teachers and mentors. And I also on this day offer my gratitudes to my all teachers and gurus, and really very grateful to them. And I thank you so much. I wish you a very nice and a fruitful and successful day ahead. Signing off, Amit More. God bless you. Cheers.